Hey guys, Zach Murtha here with Merge Windows and Doors. I get the privilege today of taking an amazing tour of 7007 Azalea Lane right here in Preston Hollow. We are so excited to present this house to you. Got to partner with Keen Homes on this job. Kevin and I have worked together for several years now, and man, he just does a bang-up job when it comes to quality, attention to detail on his homes, and this house is really something to appreciate as a whole. Theme-wise, when we look at windows, especially aluminum windows on the market today, they've got really simplified, either no light pattern, or they've got, very minimal light pattern, a lot of horizontal lines, not a lot of vertical lines. But Robbie stuck with more of a traditional theme on this house. Even though we did aluminum windows, he kept the divided light pattern, a more traditional appeal. And to be real honest, I wasn't sure whether I was gonna like that, but man, it came out spectacular. I think that divided light pattern does give a nod back traditional, even though we're in a really modern, a really contemporary home.
And the way he stuck to that is just the thinner profile, the VUE offers for that. There's a lot of more window companies out there, but it's just thicker, and he was not happy with that. So that's what we went with this VUE type of window here, and we love it. I mean, it's just amazing. The thinner profile is key for that.
Absolutely. Well, and I think a lot of times, cladded wood is kind of the go-to for a lot of the higher end homes, and cladded wood, what it brings with it is, we have to do cased openings, and we get real heavy on the wood on the inside. And so how are we able to to blend a more modern or a more contemporary curb appeal as a whole, and have sheetrock returns or other refined returns on the inside of the home without just getting too busy and inundated with wood? What I really like about how you use wood in the house is it's used in the cabinetry, it's used on the interior doors, it's used on the flooring, but it's not heavy, all around the house on the windows as well. And so it makes that white oak, that rift-sawn white oak throughout the house, it makes it really stand out, pop. It makes it a feature versus just something that's used flippantly all around the home. And one of the things about the door, we did go with a little bit more of a modern feel. Again, traditional houses, twin doors or whatever, but we did use a pivot door as far as the compilation on here. The idea was to give a real glass front, as you walked into the foyer for the space, kind of this overall glass appeal. And went with this really cool, again, VUE Collection pivot door as part of the window package. One of the things about VUE that I really like is they incorporate aluminum pivot doors and wood pivot doors into their aluminum frames. In the past, we've had to mix or blend manufacturers together, and that's kind of where our name come from, is we merged those products together, but we had to use, say, like a Glenview entry door or a custom wood entry door mixed with a window product, and a lot of times we had to put structure between the spaces and separate those so they would complement each other, but there was no way of incorporating that finished entry door product into the window package. And Weather Shield knocked down that barrier. That's one of the things that I really appreciate about their product is they have both a wood line and an aluminum line door that fully incorporates into aluminum frames and just makes the house special, makes it feel uniform. So there's always gives and takes when it comes to technology and and features that we put in the home. And one thing that really makes the VUE Collection's pivot door stand out or makes it different than some of the other manufacturers on the market and some of the local custom fabricators that make these doors is those typical fabricators will do what's called a ball catch or a roller catch, where they'll have a roller at the top and bottom, and that door, when it goes and closes into the frame, it kind of seats itself. But I know this from firsthand. Our showroom in Mansfield, our Southside showroom, we've got a pivot door at the entryway there, and a really gusty, windy day can pull that door open just because of the vacuum that's created within the home. And so those roller catches are cool because they kind of hold the door closed, but they don't handle unforeseen circumstances very well. And one of the things I really like about this VUE product is not only did they make a really cool door that incorporates into a full glass package, but they also included multi-point locking hardware within the system. And that multi-point locking hardware allows that door to stay secure on windy days, allows that door to stay secure unless you don't want it to be secure. Now, what are the trade-offs as a whole? Well, when you do multi-point, you gotta have a way to unlock the multi-point. So there's a cool little knob here, and you get to open that knob as part of your procedure for opening the door. But when that knob is not engaged, when it's just in its normal position, you close the door. As soon as that closes, all of these multi-point locks that you see, this little latch here, there's these multi-point locks up here that all engage and hold this product into place. You know, I've seen a lot of really cool kitchens, and right now, theme-wise, we talk about new home construction and the design elements that are there. There's lots of big, grand, you know, massively large open spaces, but what we've kind of found as the Achilles heel of that as a whole is that big open spaces also come with them big boomy sounds, and to be able to gather, have conversations, to entertain, it becomes less intimate. It's not as warm of an environment. And so when I step into this home, the first thing that I notice from the home is that there's a bunch of spaces where we can step into and have conversations.
We didn't want to have just an open box home. You know, we wanted to get everything that we can do and make it more private, like you said. And if we have people entertaining, we want to have, you know, somebody there that can hear you over here and things like that.
Right.
So we more on the cozy side of things, and just trying to make it unique.
And I think it's funny that you say cozy, because it's a 7,000 square foot house. So tell me about the kitchen. What are some of the features about the kitchen that you love?
The thing that I love the most is the rift cut white oak. Everything matches through the veins throughout the kitchen. Panel ready appliances. We got Sub-Zero roof through the whole house. You know, the prep kitchen and things like that. But my favorite thing is the cabinetry. It's just the rift cut white oak that flows with it.
There's a lot of white oak themed in this house. The rift cut cabinets, the rift cut interior doors on the first floor. They've got white oak doors all around the house. The white oak floors, man, it's just, you know, it really is beautiful, and it all connects together really well. You got a nice intimate breakfast area that you can sit down and have a meal together. Got a sitting area just right off of the breakfast area that's got a great view of the pool, great view of the outdoor living and summer kitchen area. And just off the breakfast area, we've got the formal living, where we're able to, again, have those conversations, have spaces to where we can divide up. I know for me and my friends, when we have parties or have social gatherings, our wives will typically have their conversations going, the guys have their conversations going, and you can have both of those in this big open space and not feel like that you're trying to compete for who can be the loudest so that you can get your point across. So I think it's really cool. What I like most about being a window and door distributor is that there are so many products out there, and each one of those products fits certain niches. And as I mentioned earlier, when we started this company, we had to choose our identity. Who were we gonna be as a company? And we could have been a commodity-based company where we're chasing everybody, you know, for the lowest price and just trying to get a window and an opening to meet code. Or we could look at windows, they're a part of the overall scheme of the home as a whole. And I like to look at it this way. You know, you've got your masonry, you've got your roof, you've got your layout, your floor plan, your cabinetry, all this stuff. Windows and doors for me, when it comes to nice homes, you know, that have great curb appeal. Windows are the belts or the shoes that bring the entire outfit together. One of the things I like about the product that we use for this house is it's Weather Shield Window Company. It's their VUE Collection, which has only been on the market for about 2 years or so. VUE Collection is a thermally broken aluminum product, a state-of-the-art thermally broken aluminum product with European hardware and all sorts of bells and whistles that really make that product a market disruptor for the window and door industry. And what do I mean by that? Well, they offer 66 colors as part of their color scheme for their aluminum product. All of those colors are at the same price, several anodized colors, and then several powder-coated colors that are Kynar 2605, which is about as nice as you can get with a painted product as a whole. One of the things I really like about the VUE Collection from an energy efficiency standpoint is that their product actually meets the IRC, International Residential Code, for 2024. Right now, we're operating off of the 2021 energy code, but 2024, which is just rolling out right now, Weather Shield already meets that requirement for energy efficiency for their aluminum products. And just keep in mind, energy codes don't have a path for aluminum products versus a path for vinyl products versus a path for cladded wood. They all have to meet this certain stringent standard. And right now, the U factor, U value can be no higher than a 0.3. The SHGC has to be at a 0.25 or lower. And I could go into the semantics of what all that means right now, but VUE boasts of their picture windows being at a 0.28 U factor. Some of their competitors are at the 0.4 and higher when it comes to their performance and energy efficiency as a whole. And so they've got the market cornered when it comes to innovation, when it comes to color options, when it comes to that European hardware, when it comes just overall curb appeal, and then ultimately the energy efficiency to top it all off. I mean, there's not any weak points with the product. Kevin, another thing that we do a lot together is we kind of blend or according to the name of our company, we merge manufacturers together to kind of get the best of both worlds. And some of that is quality that we're looking for. Others is budget, right? We've got a certain budget we're working off of, and so we want to make sure that as we're building the products, we get the most bang for the buck, and ultimately get the curb appeal that we're looking for, get the design features we're looking for without overpaying for it. And so one of the things we're able to do with this house, because of the color that you selected, you went with a black or a black anodized product for the VUE windows, is we're able to blend that product with Western Windows Systems patio sliders. And what I love about Western Windows patio sliders is price point wise, nobody can beat them. It's a beautiful door. Even on a standard 4-panel bi-parting patio slider, they'll do up to 24 feet wide and 10 foot tall on a single patio slider frame. And cost wise, you know, for me, I used to be a builder, so budgets mean a lot to me. Is cost-wise, there's nobody else out there that can compete. We do a tremendous amount of Western Windows Systems doors, and we did that on here. We actually showcased 3 different locations with that bi-parting patio slider. And we've got it in the main living area, we've got it in the sitting room just off of the kitchen, and we've got it in the, I think that's the game room back at the back. That's not your suite, I'm sorry. So we've got that all the way around here. And as you notice, hearing Western with VUE, you can't go wrong with it. You get the best of both worlds. So Kevin, this is one of the things I really like about VUE Collection as well, is their casement window. And I think they'll do upwards, I know they'll do a 4080 casement, which is massively large, but they'll do even larger than that with their casement windows. One of the things I like about the casement window is they use a European hardware, an all stainless steel hardware, and they've got multiple points of weather stripping on these units that really allow them to function. And what's the importance of weather stripping when it comes to a window? Part of it is air leakage, but also it's noise. So all that airborne noise that you would have in a congested or in a metropolitan area, the tighter the seal on that window, the quieter the space is going to be. The other thing I really like about what VUE did with the product is they created a screen pocket for their casement windows, and they used some really cool technology using the UltraView screen. Many of you may have seen that before on Shark Tank about 6-7 years ago. There was a guy with this flexi screen that originally intended that screen to be used in the retro market or replacement screen market, but many of the manufacturers have bought into that technology, and I think it's great. This is how it works. There's no tabs, there's no anything like that you need to lock the screen in place. It's just in a pocket, and the way you remove the screen, you just grab it and bunch it up, and once you bunch it up, the screen literally comes out of frame, and you can put it in your closet. You know, you put it wherever you want to be, and I just think that's the coolest thing in the world, because a lot of our customers don't even like the screens to begin with. And for those locations where they're gonna have the screens, those tabs that you gotta do to hold the screens in place and all that stuff, they're just unsightly. And this allows you to actually slide it into a slot, and then when you don't wanna use it, to pull it off and put it in the attic or put it in the closet. But talking about the door as a whole, again, very contemporary hardware. Again, this is European hardware. It's got a locking mechanism. Some of our competitors, when it comes to that crank, you know, you open it up and they don't have that locking mechanism. And so when I try to crank that thing open, my handle's just kind of all over the world. Well, with this, when you engage that system and it locks in place, it's not gonna move. So when I wanna open that door or open that casement window, I'm able to crank and, you know, get the full view out of that thing. And it moves and works, in my opinion, like butter. I mean, it's just smooth. And then when you lock that down, again, this is that mechanism. As I'm locking this down, it's actually pulling that sash, that window sash, up against the jamb and using active pressure to keep it stabilized up against the weather stripping to stop that air noise and sound infiltration that you can get with a lot of other products.
Touching base on the screen, as a builder, we love it because whenever all the subcontractors come in and try to do the, you know, with the regular screens, all those tabs usually break, usually in the first week.
Yep.
So we don't have to be worried about that and, you know, replacing screens and things like that. But this is a cool design and we really like it.
And it's really durable. I mean, that edge around there, the way they seam the screen together, I mean, it's really clean. It's just got a good appearance that goes away. And I mean, if you look at this window without the screen, and then let's walk over, look at the window with the screen, there's not a whole lot of difference. And that's the cool part about that UltraView screen, is it really allows that screen to kind of disappear when it comes to those faces. One of the things I like is when you walk into some space and it kind of takes your breath away, it becomes a feature. It's like, man, that's so beautiful as a whole. We got one of those moments just off the entryway for this house, and it's the study or the office. And so follow me, let's take a look. Man, oh man. For the most part around the house, you've got these metal windows that look like steel. You've got sheetrock returns, you've got white oak, but then we walk into here and there's just a completely different theme. What's going on in here?
You know, we just wanted to do more of a, like I said, we mentioned it again, more of a cozy feeling in the house. And it is such a big house, but you know, we just love the coziness and the way it feels as you come in. It seems like people love the walnut. I mean, it's just an amazing finish, and it hasn't gone out of style, and I don't think it will. And that's the reason we did it.
Yeah, walnut's especially important to me. I mean, you look around here, you got these walnut walls, walnut cabinetry, walnut door. But I've got a custom guitar made by a company called Loudon out of the UK that the entire back and sides of this unit is walnut. And so I think that's a really cool thing about it. I've got a special affinity for walnut. So this room is really, it's really attractive. Let's go see some more. All right, so we are standing in the master bathroom as part of the master suite. And you know, just a quick run through. Amazing countertop space, check. Cool white oak rift sawn cabinets, check. A twin pocketing entryway into the space out of white oak as well, check. And I'm telling you that that master closet, we're gonna look at that in just a second. It is something to die for. So Kevin, tell us a little bit about the highlights and the features of the master.
So my favorite thing is the heater floor, where you have tile throughout. We have heater floor that you can put on a schedule and turn on as you like.
For me, what makes this whole master suite like just absolutely amazing is I think they spent as much money on the master closet as they did on the bathroom and the bedroom combined. So let's go take a look at that closet. All I got to say is, holy mackerel. Number one, I wouldn't have enough clothes to fit one wall of this space. Number two is, I don't think my clothes would be nice enough to fit in this space because everything here is in full view and is exposed. You've got glass in front of all the cabinetry doors. You've got glass shelving for your linens and your...
We have another set of washer and dryer here, so you don't have to go upstairs to do the laundry for yourself. And then this is kind of like a shoe closet, just to expose all your shoes here. And then, other than that, it's amazing.
Man, this really, the closet itself reminds me of a boutique at the mall. Just a beautiful space. Well done, man. Great job. So I've just got to say that Keen they've thought about everything. Like it's not, hey, let's go take a look in the main living area. It's great. I mean, every single room in the house has got some feature that you're able to look at and go, man, this is just a really cool home. And they did not disappoint with the outdoor living as well. Kevin, tell us a little bit about the outdoor living.
Here that we have a pool bath coming to the inside of the house and outside of the house, and nobody can come in and wet the floors. But what I love about this door is the way that you guys did the frosted glass with the manufacturer.
Yep.
So you want to see anything in and out. In the past, we have to hire a tint guy and come and frost it for us. But with this, it's just amazing.
There's all these different types of obscure glass that you could use, but when it comes to ultra high-end or luxury homes, the satin look, S-A-T-I-N, satin look is really the preferred obscurity. You see lots of different other, rain glass and all kinds of stuff out there, but when you're looking for a refined, luxury feel, that satin glass is the way to go. So Kevin, talk to me a little bit more about this outdoor living. I mean, what's going on here?
We have two areas. This will be the grilling area. We got a fridge here. We have a pool cabana on the side that, for, like I said, entertainment it's a key here. Got some stucco finish, pavers throughout, the hot tub here. I mean, I love the exterior. I mean, it's just amazing.
There's no missed opportunity when it comes to entertainment as a whole. And I did notice something else, Kevin, as we were looking. You've got the drop-down Phantom screen coming off the porch. We in Texas, we like to talk about outdoor living and the way it is, but there's only certain times of the year that we go out. It's a couple of months between spring and summer transition. Same thing between that and wintertime. And that drop-down screen really comes in handy, keeping the mosquitoes and the other bugs at bay.
Yeah, I mean, we do it in every house. We usually do, like I said, Western lighters. We do a lot of pocket doors, and the screen is a key. You open the inside of the doors, and then the AC kind of feels good in the patio with that screen down. It's amazing.
So tell me about the metal roof as a whole. I mean, most people do composite shingles. We see some tile, but you guys have metal as part of this theme. Why did you choose metal roof over other? So
originally we're not gonna do metal, but Rob really wanted to do the metal finish in here. I kind of was objecting of that, but now that we have it, I love it. I mean, it's just amazing. It just gives it another wow factor to this home, and that's the reason.
Again, it's a great blend of traditional with that more modern feel and some of the technology. And I'll tell you just an interesting tidbit when it comes to metal roofs. Hurricane Katrina came through back in 2004 through Louisiana. My dad was a monitor there for FEMA. And one of the things he noted was that the houses with metal roofs were the only ones that were standing after the hurricane. The tile roofs, the composite shingle roofs, there's just enough friction when it comes to those roofs that when high winds come through, it creates lift. And all of those houses lost the roofs, if not more. But those metal roofed houses were still standing basically unscathed in the midst of a hurricane.
Yeah, and I think that's more of the clip system that they have and the engineering behind it, because every panel that goes through it, it clips together in every single one of them instead of having a nail. And maybe that's the reason it helps.
Yeah, just cool. Beautiful look, man. Great job.
Yeah, we love it.